How do you handle disappointment? Some days I handle disappointment really well. I shake it off and I move on. Other days I go straight for the Cadbury eggs. Not the ones that are filled with cream, the ones that are filled with caramel, like the really good ooey gooey warm whole egg in your mouth goodness, because stuff just got messed up. And that's where my disappointment goes. But how do you handle it? Do you spiral out of control? Do you think it's all your fault and internalize? Do you ignore all of this and let other people deal with it? You know, there's two ways that I see a lot of people are dealing with disappointment. Either they think it's all about me and they take it all on, and it's either stays inside or gets projected out around everyone, or they think this is nothing to do with me, it's not my fault, I don't care, and are perceived as being unfeeling and caring. And I don't know if either way, on either side of the spectrum, makes a lot of sense and is good all the time. I think that there's a lot of things that come into play, helping us to manage the way that we react and respond to disappointment. Because disappointment comes, and it comes directly and indirectly from things we do, things we want, things we say, things we wish for, things we hope for, things we work for. And the pessimist, this is Winston Churchill, not me, the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. And I want to challenge you and challenge myself to look at disappointment today and maybe take 1 minute to think about the disappointment that has come recently in one way or another, and think, what can I learn from this? Whether it's, a relationship that is broken or fractured, or a business opportunity that fell through, or someone that we care about has done that, isn't what we would have wanted or hoped for. Just stopping and thinking, well, what can I learn from this? Failure is interesting. When a disappointment comes from a failure, knowing that there's a roadblock or a wall or a boulder or a mountain or a tank in the way. For me, when I hit that roadblock, wall, boulder, continent, whatever it is, I immediately try to find a new way. I sometimes will just take it on and roll around with it in my head first before I talk about it. I usually demonstrate some of that frustration. But I took this anxiety workshop to kind of help manage anxiety and learn how to deal with challenges. Kind of cool, something to do. And I learned a way to manage disappointment. And it comes in two acronyms. One is SET, and the other is PIG, like oink oink. And so understanding disappointment through this lens kind of has made it real for me. So, if the disappointment is situational, external, or temporary, it's something that you can let go pretty easily. And if you can think about it, you can actively train your brain to let it go if it's situational, external, or temporary. But if the disappointment is permanent, internal, and general, then you got to do a reality check and say, okay, what needs to change this mindset? Because the situational, external, temporary mindset, you can kind of talk your way out of, breathe your way out of, go for a walk your way out of, drink a glass of wine your way out of, and move past it. And that's things like, it rained yesterday. I don't like rain, but it rained yesterday. But the permanent, internal, general disappointments, those are things we need to ask for help for. And we need to kind of reorganize the internal stuff, the permanent stuff, the general stuff, and get some clarity. And not be afraid to ask for help. One of the smartest things I ever did was take this class to help me manage anxiety and stress. And I can tell you that brave women ask for help, and brave women learn from disappointment. I want to be someone who learns from disappointment. I want to see opportunity in every difficulty. I want to see the bright side on the other side. And I want you to know that it is okay to fail. Just don't stay down. Find a new way. That's what I'm doing.